Okay everyone, listen, welcome to episode 73, Food for Thought. In fairness, there might be a hint as to what's going to be cooked today as I'm standing under this wonderful apple tree. So I'm sure you know that certainly you couldn't really have good pork without applesauce. So the first fresh ingredient I'm gathering today is some cooking apples to do some applesauce. So listen, just in relation to today's menu, it's actually going to be a make-up menu in the sense that I'm going to experiment in creating a menu, something I've never cooked before, and I'm going to do it more or less from scratch. And I remember some time ago, sort of one of the nicest meals I ever had was a beef Wellington, and I did try and do a beef Wellington one time, but listen, it was a disaster. The beef was tough, I don't know what, it just wasn't good. So today I'm going to do a pork steak Wellington. So I'm following a similar sort of modus operandi that you would for a beef Wellington, other than it's pork. And I'm just going home to prep it now. And listen, hopefully it works out well. But sure, listen, if it doesn't, it'll be worth a trying. Okay, talk to you later. Bye. Okay, folks, listen, welcome to my kitchen. Okay, so today we're going to seek to prepare a pork Wellington. Sounds interesting. So what we need here is we need a frying pan, first of all. Going to put some oil and some butter into that, and we're going to, here's our pork fillet, bought of my local butchers, Dempsey's, for €6. Probably enough there to feed 3 people. So we'll just have a look at the ingredients here. So we also have Parma ham, and in fairness we have seasoning for the pork, a little bit of thyme as well, butter, my favourite Asian mushrooms, garlic, an egg, that's just for glazing it afterwards, that lovely cooking apple that I picked this morning. We have chicken liver pate, we have some broccoli sprigs, some carrots, some potatoes which will be mashed in. So just the Parma ham cost $2.50. The chicken liver pate cost me $2.75. So listen, as I said, my favourite mushrooms, so listen, let's get cracking. Okay, listen, I'm just sealing the pork at this stage. It's on about 5 minutes at this stage, probably another 2 or 3 minutes to get that ready. I forgot to mention actually in relation to have my mushrooms prepped. So they're going into the pan next, and I'm going to use 3 garlic cloves. I'm going to crush them into the pan on top of the mushrooms. It's going to cook in oil and butter. And the pastry we're using today is puff pastry. So this convenient sheet that you buy, very important you keep this in the fridge, because if it starts to get room temperature it's actually quite hard to handle. So listen, back to you in a while. Listen, the mushrooms are just ticking over here. They shouldn't take too long, but at the same time I've just added in the garlic and a sprinkling of thyme, and we really need to get these well cooked. In fairness, when they're cooked they'll be sort of mashed into a pulp which is spreadable. So that's the plan. They should cook fairly quick, so they look really nice. So back to you in a while. My mushrooms are done. I just sort of crushed them with the back of the wooden spoon as I went along, just to break them up so they were as small as possible. And they look really, really good. So listen, on to the next stage of this recipe. Okay folks, welcome back. That is my fillet of pork. I just cut the 2 ends off it to just square it off. And on my breadboard I've laid out cling film. I've carefully layered the Parma ham. And now I'm going to spread the chicken liver pate over that. And then when that's done, we're going to just add in the mushroom on top of that. So listen, back to you in a little while. Okay folks, listen, and that is prepared. So we're ready to roll carefully. Very important to get the pork in the middle, just at the start. And then in fairness, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lap the cling film around it and roll it extremely tight until it concludes. Cut off the end of the cling film, and back to you in a minute. Okay folks, listen, welcome back. There is my pork wrapped tightly in cling film. So I'm going to give that about a half an hour in the fridge. In between times I've just whipped my egg. This will be for both the glazing and the sealing of the Wellington. And over to my left I just put a 1/4 cup of water in a wee saucepan, a teaspoon of sugar, and my chopped cooker apple. So I'll give that a good mash up later on. It'll only take about 10 minutes to cook. So listen, back to you in a while. Listen, we're ready to wrap. So just a slightly powdered flour on the board, and the pastry is cut in 2. Hopefully this will cover well. The applesauce over here is just completed, looking good. So back to you in a second. Okay folks, listen, welcome back. So listen, the preparation is done. That is my pork Wellington. Looks quite good. Hopefully now it'll taste equally. It's left over a bit of pastry, by the way, so I didn't waste it. I made a few nice sausage rolls which will go nice with a nice cup of tea tonight before I go to bed. So listen, I'm going to bang this into the fridge now for an hour or two, and then when I'm ready to cook I will glaze it and I'll put it on parchment paper on a baking tray, and I'd say just about 30 minutes. So talk to you, bye. Okay, listen, welcome back everyone. As I say, the wine is just chilled, and here is our pork Wellington. I've just taken it from the fridge, basted it with an egg mix, just a tiny bit of milk with the end of the egg. Looks absolutely gorgeous. Hang on, and there's my sausage rolls. That's for supper time later on tonight. So yeah, so I'm going to put this in the oven. I reckon it's going to take somewhere between 30 and 45 minutes. I'm going to cook it on 180 initially, and if I need to increase the temperature near the finish, I will. And yeah, looking forward to this one. Okay, see you in a while. Okay folks, listen, just a little add on to this, just in relation to the gravy for this pork. I've just fried some of my Asian mushrooms, and I'm just going to, this is the Knorr gravy that I often use. Quite expensive, but really, really good. So I'm going to make up a nice gravy which will hopefully complement this dish. So back to you in a while. Listen, welcome back. So dinner is served. So that's my gravy, nice little dish. And here is the main course. So this is my pork Wellington, applesauce, cream potatoes, a selection of market vegetables wrapped in cured bacon, and gravy. So listen, it looks good, so listen, pay for the markings. Bye bye. Listen, hello everyone, welcome back. I've just concluded. So listen, it's time to mark up on this one. Oh my goodness. So we're talking home sweet home, pork fillet Wellington. Visual, how to say, visual looked really good. It turned out really well. Pastry looked lovely and crispy, I have to say. Overall taste. Funny enough, it took an actual full hour to cook that pork Wellington. Now, one of those thermostat things, which is absolutely brilliant. So I ensured it was perfectly cooked. I was a bit fearful that the pork might dry out, but it didn't. It was actually really moist and really, really good. So, and just before I actually served it in, I just scored the top of the Wellington with the back of a knife, not the front of a knife, before I basted it with the egg. So that's what gave it the direct decoration. So listen, overall taste was good. Service, listen, it was from the kitchen to the table here in 2 minutes flat. So listen, that was really good. Value for money. I'm trying to equate this. That pork was €6. The ham and the bits and bobs, I reckon, I suppose I said earlier I thought it would feed 3 people. It certainly would feed 4 people. So I reckon the overall cost of that meal per unit was €3. Peanuts, buttons. You wouldn't get a fucking fish finger in McDonald's for it. Would I cook it again? Of course I would. It was absolutely gorgeous. Really impressed. A lot of work attached to it, but listen, the overall score 25. So yeah, so I'm going to give that 25 marks, and listen, that's it. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye.